All right. Welcome in, everybody. Phil Nagy for Nagy on Sports joining you here. Got an exciting NFC Divisional matchup with Dak Prescott and the boys playing here in Levi's Stadium. San Francisco 49ers, the opponent waiting for him. Led by that man, Brock Purdy, come out of nowhere. Mr. Irrelevant no more. As now there are even rumors that they're going to look to move Trey Lance because of what Brock Purdy has provided for them at the quarterback position. So, very excited to bring this one to you. I'm actually not able to be on the call, but I wanted to get it started. So, enjoy the game, and I'm going to toss it over to Kit to give you the play-by-play. Have a great call, Kit. Go Browns.
Hey, go Browns indeed, and thanks, Phil. So, here we go. NFC Divisional Round Part 2. We got the 49ers and Cowboys, like Phil mentioned, and Mr. Irrelevant taking the reins in that managerial role that Kyle Shanahan has got him just really clicking smoothly in. He's doing exactly what was called for of him, and has got this offense a-humming. So welcome in, John. We appreciate you being here. And woof woof indeed, as a kickoff here, and the Cowboys are the first ones with the ball. There's a fumble right out the gate, and the ball is loose. I'm not sure who got that. It looks like a 49er recovered it. And so the 49ers going to start with some incredible field position on a turnover on the very first action of the game. Looked like the return man just had it jarred loose right out the gate. And just like that, Brock Purdy's going to have the ball from the 21 of the Cowboys. Brock Purdy back to pass over the middle. He's got his man, and Deebo Samuel with a nice little pickup there is going to pick up 7. 2nd and 3 here. Little handoff up the middle. Run CMC with his first tote of the ball game, and he is going to get close to the line to gain, as these 49ers already threatening early goings of this one. Brock Purdy with 2 running backs on either hip out of the gun. Little handoff to McCaffrey. McCaffrey's got some room, and he gets down to the 2, where they will have the ball. 1st and goal now for the 49ers after that incredible turnover on the opening kickoff of the ball game. Gave them great field position, now threatening to score. Back to pass is Purdy looking for the slant. He's got a touchdown. 49ers. Brandon Ayuk with the touchdown reception there, and that was far too easy. Gave up some incredible field position to the Cowboys, and the 49ers make them pay with that quick score. Gave him the ball on the 21, and Brock Purdy does a lot of damage along with Christian McCaffrey to set themselves up for a nice little touchdown. And Kyle Shanahan, as you see right there, he schemed it up nicely. That little backside slant, the answer in that spot, found the one-on-one, and Brock Purdy gets it done. So 7-0 is the lead here for the 49ers as the Cowboys, hold on to the ball there, hopefully. But now, finally, with their first opportunity, here comes Dak Prescott out to start his first drive after watching what should have been his first drive be fumbled away by his return man, and a quick, easy 7 points for the 49ers. There's a look at his season stats. So we'll see what the 49ers have here on offer. Little gun ace formation set here. A little handoff. Zeke Elliott kind of probing that left side just a few yards. Call it 1 yard, really, out off to that left side for Zeke. 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, or out from under center, scrambling in the pocket. He's got a man down there, and he does connect down the field. Dak Prescott with his first connection for 13. And that one does move the chains as he just kind of threw it back against his body, but able to put it in a nice spot for his receiver. And that's a big first down to get these Cowboys kind of rolling here. 1st and 10. Over the middle to the dump off. That's Zeke Elliott with the reception. Pickup of 7. Hey, Karen, welcome in. 2nd and 3 now for Dak Prescott and the boys. Little handoff to Zeke Elliott to the right side. He's got some room this time. Does get to the line to gain, and a first down for the Cowboys. Now, an interesting little look here under center. 2 full up backs and a running back is Zeke Elliott, who does get that handoff and is going to probe to the left side for about 4, 2nd and 6. It's an interesting formation they had going on there. They'll fake the handoff to Zeke. Now over the middle, he's got his man. And it looks like the 2nd reception there for Michael Gallup. And Phil pre-recorded this one, so no opportunity to skip through any of the meaningless replay stuff that's not worth watching, but we have no ability to skip through those, as that one is going to wind up incomplete. Dak Prescott with his first incompletion of the ballgame. Tried to hit a man deep, but the safety had floated over and contested, and that one winds up as an incompletion. Dak Prescott in the pocket. Now over the middle, got a man wide open. That's CeeDee Lamb on the reception. And that one good for another first down for these Cowboys, who seem to have the offense clicking after the early woes in special teams. Nice little play there from CeeDee Lamb, who gets absolutely bowled over at the end of that play. Big pop from the defender. It's Gibson on the tackle. 1st and 10. Over the middle, he's got his man, his tight end with the reception. And that one is going to go for another Dallas first down. So if you're just joining us, Phil had to go sample lots and lots of beer at, I think there was some kind of beer fest going on in his local parts that he had signed up for. So he's out there sampling the goods and could not be with us tonight, but we needed to get another one in here and try to get another one before the Sunday slate starts tomorrow. So we'll try to get the last 2 here in before the action goes live. Now 3rd and goal for the Cowboys. Little I formation in a goal line set against the goal line set defense, matched man for man. And trying the middle with the fullback, he fights and gets pushed into the end zone there, as that one didn't look like it was going to get there, but Ferguson does manage to bowl over a man and then is pushed into the end zone for the touchdown for these Cowboys. And just like that, the Cowboys within the striking distance to tie the ball game at 7 apiece. This little effort from Ferguson, but it was really Burks kind of pushing him in there that helped him get across the plane. And the PAT kick is up. Kick is good. So a tie ball game at 7 as the Cowboys managed to respond to their opening woes with that, opening kickoff fumble recovery for the 49ers that led to a quick, easy 7 for them after they started on the 21-yard line of the Cowboys and were able to punch it in quickly. Cowboys do respond. So Brock Purdy's going to come back out here, starting from his own 25 this time. Much more reasonable not so favorable field position as McCaffrey's going to probe the left side here, and not a lot doing, about 4 on that pickup. Hey, Wendell, welcome in. I didn't actually get to watch the game. I was busy doing other things. As that fake is going to wind up with a quick hit on Purdy, as not fooled was the defense. Armstrong in on that tackle, and he was not fooled by the play action out to the outside and just wrapped Purdy up in a hurry. Just pow! Right in the kisser. But no, I did not get to watch the game. I had other responsibilities and things to do, so not able to watch that game. Purdy back to pass. Now unloading downfield. He's got a receiver in the area, but well out of bounds and well over the head of anyone. That'll bring up 4th down, 4th and 10. So the 49ers will now punt their first time in the ball game. A fair catch called for there at 34, which is where Dak Prescott and these Cowboys will take over. Hopefully you're enjoying the selection of beer there, Phil. Looked like a good list from what I saw. Little handoff to Zeke Elliott. Kind of dances a little bit in the hole and is only able to find 3 yards for his effort. Yeah, that is a beatdown there, Wendell. I didn't even see the score, but yeah, that's a bit of an embarrassment for the Giants. So Dak Prescott out to the left side does find his man. That is CeeDee Lamb on the reception. And these Cowboys looking efficient in their early goings of their offensive efforts. Now at the midfield stripe just about. Coming out in an ace formation here in a 7-7 ball game. Under center is Dak Prescott. Little handoff to Zeke Elliott up the middle. He's got some tacklers in the area, and he is going to be stymied there after only 1 yard gained. Out of the gun, surveying the field. Pressure in his face. He's going to try to unload it dangerously, but it does end up short where nobody can get to it. A 3rd and 9. Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure you can safely say that ball game is over, though, even though it's in the 4th quarter. Is that one's going to be picked on the tip drill? What a play from Ward, just not giving up on the play. And that one, an ugly pick for Dak Prescott. We're going to get to see this rainbow ball kind of go up. He had defenders in the area, an up and contested play between his tight end and the defense, and then Ward, who was in on the jump ball, also is able to come away with the tip ball interception. So he basically just tipped it to himself and picked it off. That was a pretty play from Ward. Nice coverage to be right there in position to make a play on the tip and then able to come away with the interception as well. 1st and 10 now for Brock Purdy. Brings the man out of formation out of the bunch, and then McCaffrey right side's going to get 10, 12 yards out to the 40. Nice little run for him. Spinning off a would-be tackler in the process. Nice little play for your little stiff arm spin action. Kind of nice. Expect nothing less from Run CMC. And that has been such an undervalued trade. He has been so good, and the fact that he's been healthy has been a big part of it. But he's been so good for these 49ers, and a big part of that offense and what they want to do is he's going to get the ball again. A nice little juke out to the outside, got the sideline down to the 30, or almost to the 30, call it the 33. Nice little run there for McCaffrey as he is quickly heating up in this ball game, finding some holes and making something happen with that rock in his hand as he is so dangerous. And look out, if they get him going, then the next thing you expect to have happen is Kittle and some of the other weapons, Deebo Samuel and some of those guys to really start lighting it up as Kittle will McCaffrey and the run game will open up all kinds of space in the passing game as they're going to hand it off out to McCaffrey out on the outside, spins through a tackler, and then is wrapped up after only a gain of 1. 2nd and 9. Trips formation tight to the left. From under center. He's got the pressure coming, but he's got unloaded downfield. That's to Ayuk, the lone touchdown scorer. Brandon Ayuk able to get another first down to the 11-yard line. And so the 49ers are in business, threatening again as they have looked very good on offense. And Brock Purdy, just a beautiful pass out there on the little flag route to Ayuk, throwing him open, if you will, over the shoulder. Nice little play. So 1st and 10 from the 11 in a 7-7 ball game. 2:30 left in the first quarter. Single back gets the handoff. That's McCaffrey, but he's going to be met quickly in the backfield and is going to lose a yard. Does Christian McCaffrey. That was just too many defenders and not enough blockers at the point of attack, and McCaffrey didn't have much he could do in that spot. Hey, welcome in, John. Go Niners indeed. And yeah, little Niners action. You go back and watch the beginning opening of this game. The opening kickoff resulted in a turnover and a quick touchdown for the 49ers. It was pretty fun. As Ayuk is involved again, 3rd and 1 now after that reception. Now down to the 3. Tight bunch formation to the left with Kittle in the tight wing. Now back and taking a sack. Unadvisable sack there. You really don't want to take that sack because that's going to force the field goal, and no chance you're going to go for this with an ugly sack, as I don't think Brock Purdy felt that pressure of Armstrong coming to the backside. So the 49ers will attempt a field goal here from their kicker, Robbie Gould. The kick is up. And it is good. A little chip shot does as intended. And Robbie Gould puts the Niners up by 3. Now 10-7 in this ballgame. So Wendell, Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick of the draft, this most recent draft. So he is a no-kidding rookie, 7th round, last pick of the draft, Mr. Irrelevant pick. And he is, honestly, I have no idea where he played his college ball at. I'd have to look it up, but he was the last pick of the draft, and that says something for his success. He's gotten them to the divisional round here. With a very good team around him, and obviously one of maybe 2 true offensive-minded geniuses in the NFL calling plays for him, and that's the biggest thing for him. Why he's been so successful is he's willing to go out there and basically do exactly what he's told. Kyle Shanahan puts him in a good position to succeed because he just calls great play. I mean, his play calling is great. So he's been very much a game manager, but it's been very successful for the 49ers, so give him credit. Now Dak Prescott scrambling a bit, Bosa in his face. He's trying to unload it to his outlet, but unable to come away with that ball is Zeke Elliott, and so the 49ers are going to have to punt. But I can look up and see where Brock Purdy came from. Just a second. Hold a moment. That return is not going to go for very far. Iowa State. I should have known that. Iowa State is where he went to school. Felt like it was somewhere. Yeah. Anyway, Iowa State. Quarterback for Iowa State before being picked with the last pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. What do you mean by the other 2? Do you mean Garoppolo and Trey Lance? Is that what you mean by the other 2? 2nd and 10 now. McCaffrey out to the right side and kind of ignoring the hole and running towards defenders. He does pick up 4 yards, but a bit odd in terms of where he was going with that. A little delayed handoff now to McCaffrey, and does Wicks. The guy's missed. Nice little move in the middle. He's going to go. Oh my goodness, so close to breaking that one loose. He made all kinds of guys miss, just showing all kinds of shiftiness there on this little delayed handoff. 2 broken tackles right there in that shot, and then 1 more. And that last one, if he had just managed to get away from that last guy, he was gone. Very, very close. Yeah, it was fun. I'm glad you went back to watch it. It was it was entertaining right out the gate. This has been a fun game so far. Yeah, Wendell. So Garoppolo, I believe, got hurt. And then Trey Lance really has not been. I just don't think they trust him. I don't think he's developed the way they had hoped. I think they ended up wasting a ton of draft capital on what has effectively been, at this point, probably you can say he's likely a bust. Because he is not who from everything we can tell, he is not who they had hoped he was going to be. So now they handed the reins over to Brock Purdy, and he's done well in that role. So here it is. So now throw over the over the middle of the defense there for Brock Purdy. He's going to break up a 3rd and inches, and that one to Ray McLeod. Little handoff delay there to McCaffrey, who has been so successful. Why not? 12 rushes now for 89 yards. He has been very dynamic in this ball game and such a huge part of what these 49ers are doing. That's cool, John. 1st and 10 now out of the pistol formation. Brock Purdy, pressure coming. He's going to try to unload it dangerously as that one just kind of fell out of his forward-moving hand. But they rule it an incompletion, 2nd and 10. 4-man rush past the outside where there are 2 receivers, and neither of them can decide who it's for, and so it ends up incomplete. 3rd and 10. Brock Purdy now quick throw to the outside. He's got a man, but he got bit tripped up there. It's going to be picked in the back of the end zone on the tip drill as Ayuk unable to do anything. More defenders in the area, and Brock Purdy kind of showing a little bit of some rookie mistake action here as he threw into a whole bunch of coverage. And then with double team at the point of attack, Ayuk is kind of tripping, falling down, and the tip drill goes for a pick at the back of the end zone. So Dallas will get the ball back and a touchback, so they'll start from the 20 here. Back to pass, 4-man rush. Bosa coming loose late, but the ball does get away to CeeDee Lamb out on the outside. Picks up 7, 2nd and 3. Now under center for Dak. Brings his tight end in motion. Now handoff right up the middle. That's Zeke Elliott finding some room himself there. Nice little run from Zeke. 9 rushes for him, 25 yards. So 1st and 10 here for the Cowboys on their own 39-yard line. 10-10 left in the first half. Little fake the delayed handoff and then just takes it himself, does Dak Prescott. Picks up 4, 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, trips to the right. Zeke on his left hip. Back to pass on a 4-man rush. He is trying to find something, but the pressure's going to get home. And that one, ugly just coverage sack here as Prescott couldn't find anybody to go to. He wanted to step up in the pocket, it looked like, but unable to do so as that closed off quickly, and a sack for the 49ers as Prescott had nowhere to go with the ball. Hey, Chris G, welcome in. Little divisional NFC action here for you. Late night sim. We got some trying to get the last of these 4 divisional games wrapped up for you tomorrow before they go live. As another sack on deck, Prescott's going to bring up a 4th and 22 as Nick Bosa's going to get home and get a sack, his first of the ball game. Nice little rip there to get loose out on the perimeter from Nick Bosa. Such a strong play, and he is able to just harry Dak Prescott right there. Who are they trying to get into the Hall of Fame, Wendell? Who are you talking about? But yeah, we saved the Bills and Bengals game for tomorrow. We'll try to get that all to everybody live tomorrow morning sometime. In advance of the game. We saved that one to hopefully both be on the call for that one, since there's a lot of interest in that, as it's the repeat of the Hamlin game that did not play, and now they'll meet in the playoffs in Buffalo, interestingly, which is kind of opposite of what it was before, because that happened in Cincinnati, if you'll recall. A little dart down the middle to Deebo Samuel is complete. Nice little throw there for Brock Purdy. Oh, Brian Sipe? Yeah, I don't know. I love Brian Sipe. Don't get me wrong. He had 1 or 2 really excellent seasons for the Browns, but I don't know that he's Hall of Fame worthy. I don't know about Hall of Fame. Obviously Otto Graham's already in the Hall of Fame. But of the remaining quarterbacks that have been good for the Browns, I think Kosar would be the second choice, for body of work, and then behind that it's really just offsides here for the offense, 2nd and 15, as the 49ers jumped on that one. But then I think Sipe would probably be the third runner-up to, whether discussion for Hall of Fame is, wow, what a juke outside for McCaffrey. He had a nice run going, but just absolutely just fooled a defender into tackling thin air. That was a nice little run for him, and as his great day continues, he is now over 100 yards. But yes, good times for Browns fans. He did have a couple of really solid seasons, don't get me wrong, but I do believe of the two, you'd have to think Kosar first, then Sipe. But I don't know that either of them really have an argument for making the Hall of Fame with who the competition would be, especially at that position. 2nd and 7 now for Brock Purdy out of the pistol. He's got a handoff to McCaffrey, who does try to find some room out to the outside to work with to the left, but not a lot doing. So 3rd and 6 now. Back to pass. Down to the left side, he's got a man. That's Brandon Ayuk with the reception. It does get his feet inbounds. It gets them down to the 6 and a 1st and goal from there. Yeah, Christy, I agree. The 49ers, I think, is probably the class of the NFC, especially because, Brock Purdy, although he is Mr. Irrelevant, Kyle Shanahan's really got him clicking. He's just playing, that game manager role to precision and doing exactly what Kyle wants him to do. As they're going to empty out the backfield, he's going to be harried and run for his life and take a big old sack as Micah Parsons gets home. And that is going to be a big sack for the Cowboys and back up the 49ers here. Forgot where I was going. I was talking about something. I completely forgot what I was talking about. Oh, well. Now, I formation here for the 49ers. 2nd and goal from the 18 after that big sack. And a handoff to McCaffrey. He's going to probe that B gap out on the right side and gain 3 yards. Now empty backfield again. Pressure coming. He does unload, and he's got McCaffrey out on the outside, but that's going to bring up a 4th and goal from the 5, and I expect the 49ers are just going to settle for a field goal here. Yeah, his MVP season, no doubt, was absolutely stellar for Brian Sipe. He really was. He had some two or three really solid seasons. One really better than any of the others. But yeah, if you're looking at the body of work that it takes, especially at the quarterback position, to make the NFL Hall of Fame, it takes a little more than that. No, I don't believe he did. I just mean the body of work, Chris G. All told, I think the body of work for Kosar was a little better than Sipe. The one thing that Sipe had, I don't believe that Kosar had an MVP. The one thing that Sipe had was an MVP, which Kosar did not. But I'd have to look. I'm not sure, in terms of All-Pro, Pro Bowl, all that stuff, where the two stack up. I just mean in general the body of work between the two and who had more consistent, solid seasons. But again, neither of them are Hall of Fame quarterbacks for a reason, I think. Great players, don't get me wrong. I love Bernie Kosar. I love Brian Sipe. Both great players, but it takes a really special quarterback to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. 3rd and 4. Is that interesting formation is out there again. Little two up backs with a tailback behind them as Dak Prescott's going to kind of scramble for his life and throw it just out of bounds where his receiver can't get his feet in to convert for a first down, so the Cowboys are going to punt. So Brock Purdy's going to take over with 2:12 and all 3 timeouts left in this first half. And he's going to do so from the 29-yard line. See if he can't get something done before the half is out. Little pitch to the up back, or to the motion man. A little pop pass action is going to go nowhere with McLeod. And that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. Second and 9 after a pickup of 1. Back to pass. Brock Purdy. He's going to unload over the middle. He's got a man out there. And that is going to be good for a first down. There's a nice throw here. Just perfectly in stride. And just a dart over the middle. Snap is back. He's going to throw underneath to Ayuk. Ayuk is going to pick up 7, 2nd and 3. Now, on the 49-yard line at midfield, they're looking to try to manage the clock here and get themselves within striking distance before the end of half. But, clock is still ticking. 1:13 on a 2nd and 3 from midfield. And just an ugly drop from Ayuk. He had both hands on it and just kind of took his eyes off it early and then continued trying to run without the ball. That was ugly. 3rd and 3, now throwing it over the middle. There's Kittle. His first action of the ball game. Been surprisingly quiet in this one. And there finally is the first timeout for these 49ers after the first down is achieved by Kittle. 1:01 left in the first half. And another nice little catch out on the outside. Deebo Samuel on the reception, and that one a quick strike and another quick timeout taken by these 49ers. Now under a minute left in the first half. And in business here from the 30-yard line. 56 ticks and 1 timeout left. Out of the gun is Brock Purdy. 1st and 10. Throws to the right side. He's got a man. And quickly tackled there. They're going to have to hurry up to the line. They do. 34 ticks left. 2nd and 3 as Ray McLeod is on that reception. And now out to Deebo Samuel, who shuffles his way out of 1 tackle, but then is taken down. And the last timeout is taken by these 49ers. And we'll see what they elect to do here. Kind of an interesting choice based on the position. But they're going to, with 16 ticks left, just going to settle for a field goal. Interesting. So Gould's kick is up, and it is good. So a 16-7 ball game now as the 49ers extend their lead. Yep, not really what you're looking for there, John, as they were not as effective into the red zone as you would want. They had the opportunity, just couldn't capitalize, and a bit of mismanagement, I thought, on the play call and the clock management in order to, take a shot, especially with the timeouts. We would like them to at least take a couple shots at the end zone prior to, the dump-off passes underneath, forcing them to burn timeouts, and then having 16 ticks left to go, to hand the ball off with a field goal. Don't especially like that outcome there going into half, but certainly will take the points if you're the 49ers, I'd imagine. But yes, I agree, Wendell. The 49ers should absolutely be up by more points here, as they're going to look through the other divisional matchups there, as we already know the outcomes of some of those. We'll have the last one there for you tomorrow morning, the Bills-Bengals game, the rematch of the Hamlin game that never finished, will be occurring in Buffalo. We'll have that for you tomorrow before the game happens live. And so the 49ers will get the opening kickoff of the second half. And realistically, they've had the first two drives of both halves, as the first opening kickoff was fumbled by the Cowboys and was quickly converted to a touchdown by these 49ers. So all the momentum solidly in the home field advantage now, as Brock Purdy is back to pass. He throws over the middle. He's got McCaffrey, who's going to do some work and then be tackled. 7-yard pickup for him. Now to the gun. McCaffrey on the left hip. He does hand it off to McCaffrey inside zone. Look, interesting. He chose that gap. The linebacker was filling it quickly, and thought he had room to the outside. He could have gotten to the sideline probably and a bunch more yardage. But instead is tackled quickly. But this time he does manage to pick up a first down. So fortunate, because he was met quickly in that hole. The forward progress does him justice, just what he needed, as he then stands on his head after the tackle. Snap is back. Throw to the outside to the wrong team, meant for Ray McCloud, and instead the Cowboys are going to end up with a turnover of their own. Brown on the interception. And that was just an ugly throw from Brock Purdy. Really threw it well inside where Ray McCloud had no chance, and Brown had all kinds of position on him on that inside leverage, and not a chance at all. I mean, Ray McCloud could hardly even break it up from there in terms of he wasn't in a position to get to the ball. An ugly, ugly throw from Brock Purdy ends up in a turnover and a chance for these Dallas Cowboys to get back in the game. Back to pass is Dak. He unloads downfield, got a man down there, and almost picked off on the tip drill. Should have been a pick right back, but unable to handle it. Unfortunately for these 49ers, not a turnover, as this pressure coming. Dak just throws it away smartly, and now 3rd and 10 coming. Yes, welcome in, Jonathan. Absolutely, they got creamed, from what I understand. I didn't watch the game. I didn't see the scoreline until we got in chat, and is wide open out of the perimeter. Wow, he could not have been more wide open, and Dak just laid it right in there. That one went all the way down to the 10, as that was just incredibly open out here on the perimeter. Just a little dart pass out on that side. And what a throw, and schemed so open out there in that defense. I'm not sure what the defense was looking at, but they missed a man clearly. 1st and 10 now for Dak Prescott. Out to the outside, he's got his man. That's Zeke Elliott with the reception, good for 4. Dak Prescott now 10 for 17 on the day. We'll hand off to Zeke Elliott, working through some traffic, and does pick up some yardage down to the 2. 3rd and 2 now from there. And now the handoff in the middle to Zeke Elliott. He extends and scores a touchdown for Dallas. And they're going to shave this lead here, pending the PAT, potentially down to just 2 points. So that ugly turnover from Brock Purdy does result in a Dallas touchdown here from Zeke Elliott, as that excellent field position is capitalized upon, and really just a very ugly throw. And it was a high percentage throw too. It wasn't even like it was a deep ball, just a high percentage short throw. The defender was right there. Decided really late on the throw, and then when he did throw it, he threw it woefully on the inside. Just a terrible control on the ball, and it ended up going straight to the defender rather than anywhere near where Ray McCloud could have had a chance at the ball. So Brown came away with that interception, and then the 49ers punched it right in. Little payback for that opening kickoff fumble recovery that was turned quickly into 7 for the 49ers. 16-14 ball game now, 11:32 in the 3rd quarter. A little handoff to Christian McCaffrey, who's been so good, as he is shifty yet again in the middle of that. Now 121 yards on 19 rushes for him. That one good for 6. Back to pass now. And pressure coming, ball's out, but the 49ers have jumped on it. One of the linemen got back there in a hurry, and fortunate for Purdy, who just had that ball jarred loose back there in the pocket with 3 defenders right in his face. But fortunate that his tackle came back to bail him out. You know, Jonathan, I really haven't started looking at draft stuff just yet. I'll be getting into that probably shortly after the Super Bowl. I'll be diving heavily into the draft and prospects and who I expect the Browns to go for. Although, you know, I expect probably, you know, that first pick is probably going to be reserved for either a D lineman or for a wide receiver. You know, one of those two I think are the, you know, either the needs 1 and or 1A, depending on how you look at it, for this, you know, for in terms of what you need to do for this roster. But it depends on who the prospects are, who they like, and, you know, I haven't started getting into that, but I will here soon after the Super Bowl. But 49ers are going to give up some excellent field position to these Cowboys, as they're going to have it on the 49ers side of the field, starting at the 48, now down to the 42 after that 6-yard pickup. 2nd and 4 now. Oh, man. If we had kept Bill Belichick and if Art Modell had not been the owner, if somehow Paul Brown had been the owner of the team all the way through all of that, you know, the coach-owner, as an errant throw from Dak meant for CeeDee Lamb is going to go well wide, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 4 in the field goal unit to try to take this lead. But you know, I could very well see now. Part of it is does he draft Tom Brady to play for the Browns, and if that's the case, then yeah, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. I don't think it matters if it's in New England or not. I think the Browns probably win 6. You know, I think that would probably be not outside of the realm of possible at all, as McCaffrey is not going to find a lot to work with there. No gain on that pickup or on that rush. 2nd and 10. Hand off to McCaffrey again, who is stymied very quickly again. Another no gain pickup, so he's now up to 21 for 121 yards. Now scrambling for his life is Brock Purdy, and yet another sack for Micah Parsons. 1.5 for him on the day. And that will quickly be a 3 and out for these 49ers, who are going to have to punt. And giving some momentum back to these to these Cowboys, who just came off of a scoring drive. And off of that field goal, looking to try to extend their lead now. Or excuse me, they must have missed the field goal. I completely missed it. Not sure how he missed from there. I wasn't paying attention, obviously, but it's still a 16-14 ball game. Interesting that didn't work out for them. I had apparently not paid attention and just assumed it was going to be good from there because it was a chip shot. But still 16-14, so not a lead for them, but certainly some momentum finally building on their side as they put together a decent drive to get there, and now trying to actually capitalize and hopefully for them take the lead. Now in the empty backfield is Dak Prescott. 4-man rush. He's going to work his way up in the pocket, and a flag coming. I'm going to guess that's going to be a hold. It is holding on the offense, and that's going to back them up 10. Call it a 2nd and 20. And that is not the way you want to be going for the Cowboys. Now under center, bringing his tight end in motion is Dak Prescott. Well, handoff to Zeke. They're going to try to get some yards on the ground, but not a lot there for Zeke. Only a pickup of 4, 3rd and 16. And now that dreaded 3rd and long situation for the Cowboys here. What is Dak going to do? 4-man rush, trying to scramble out of the pocket, and Nick Bosa's right there for yet another sack for him, and that's going to back them up to the 4-yard line on just an absolute beauty of a pass rush from Nick Bosa as he beats his man and then tracks down the scrambling Dak Prescott, who was trying to run for his life, but Nick Bosa was having none of it. And so the Cowboys are going to have to punt from a very compressed punting formation. So the punt is away. It's going to set up some nice field position for the 49ers. They're going to get the ball starting at their own 43. And an opportunity to try to steal the momentum back in this one. They got to clean up those mistakes. You can't have the turnovers, and you can't be having 3 and outs. They'll hand off to McCaffrey, who does get some yardage this time, but only 2 on that carry. 2nd and 8. Empty backfield now for Brock Purdy. 4-man rush. He's going to scramble again for his life, and a big sack yet again, as Micah Parsons is right there for his 2nd sack. Really, that was another half sack to lead to a total of 2 sacks, as he met Dexter Lawrence at the quarterback. Really, Lawrence hit Parsons. Parsons hit Brock Purdy. Not sure why they're giving Lawrence half the credit on that. I think that was all Micah Parsons, personally. As you can see, Micah Parsons now in the zone. 3rd and 20 for Brock Purdy. Pressure coming in his face, trying to set up a screen, and not going to be able to pull the trigger, as that one was very quickly they let him go too fast. And Brock Purdy couldn't get rid of it. So a 4th and 31 brings out the punt unit again, and good field position turns into actually good field position for the Cowboys, as the 49ers managed to go backwards and only backwards. I guess there was a 2-yard run there for Christian McCaffrey, but not a lot of forward progress there for the 49ers. 2nd and 8 after a 2-yard run for Zeke Elliott. Dak Prescott over the middle. He's got a man. And that's Gallup with about his 4th reception of the ball game. Nice balance here for the Cowboys, 18-22, and then he does find a man downfield. And that'll be good for a Dallas 1st down, as Brown is the receiver. And nice little ball there on that crossing route from Dak Prescott for Brown. Just hit him right in stride in the middle of the gap of that zone. Yeah, it's been a bit back and forth and ugly for a while here, John. I'm not sure what all happened, but the clean football seems to be a bit a thing of the past here in this game. Not sure why exactly that is. As Schultz with the reception, his first of the ball game for 7 yards, 2nd and 3. That one is going to find Brown out on the outside from Dak Prescott. Yeah, ugh indeed. It's been, if you're a 49ers fan, this has not been pretty. But tight bunch formation now for the Cowboys to the right. Now unloading downfield to the corner, and a breakup there from the 49ers defense prevents the touchdown. So now another crack on 2nd and 10 from the 17. Delayed handoff. Zeke Elliott fights through a tackle and then is tackled by the 2nd defender on the spot. 3rd and 7 after that 3-yard pickup. Fred Warner on the tackle. Pressure coming, and Nick Bosa is going to get another sack in this ball game. His 2nd, 2.5, I guess, sacks for him. He has been very good for this 49ers defense. And this is going to make the the Cowboys settle for yet another field goal. As this was about where they were settled for a field goal last time that I looked away. I thought for sure they were going to make that little chip shot from there, and they missed it last time. So now a chance for the the Cowboys to actually take the lead on a chip shot field goal. And this time they do. So the Cowboys have taken the lead. This time I didn't look away. And the Cowboys, I had assumed they had taken the lead because it's such an easy shot, but he missed somehow. I don't know how, but he missed. And now finally the Cowboys do have the lead, 17-16 in this one. 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Yeah, it hasn't been Purdy. Exactly. That's a good call. I should have thought of that myself. Well done, sir. 1st and 10. Little fake to the handoff to McCaffrey. Now scrambling out to the side is Purdy. 2nd and 10. Yeah, I should have looked away again, clearly. What was I thinking? As Micah Parsons is going to come away with yet another sack for him. 2.5 for him. So the dueling sack numbers is I actually would dispute the sack numbers for Parsons. I think he should have a full 3 sacks as compared to Nick Bosa's 2.5. He was kind of robbed of one as he really got hit in the process of making a sack, and Lawrence got credit for half a sack for hitting his own man rather than hitting the quarterback who Parsons had actually sacked, which was just very, very odd. Odd that they credited both with a half sack, as really all of Lawrence's tackle went to Parsons and not to Purdy at all. All right, so a punt here for the 49ers. And the Cowboys are going to take over after this time having actually taken the lead. I said that last time, but last time they actually hadn't taken the lead because they didn't look back to the score because I assumed I knew what it was, and I did not. And the empty formation here for Dak. Got 2 receivers either side, actually 3 to the left and 2 to the right. And a quick dump off to his man Brown. Pickup of 8. 181 yards on the day for Dak Prescott in the air. We'll hand off to Zeke Elliott. He's got some blockers with him and is able to pick up that first down. Fred Warner with his 3rd tackle of the day. Power eye formation, or the offset eye if you want to call it that. A fullback lead ISO block, and Zeke Elliott, not a lot of room to work with, only picks up 3. Dak Prescott back to pass, quickly unloads. He's got Michael Gallup, who's going to be across the line to gain, and that's going to be good for a first down for these Cowboys as they continue the march downfield. So out of the gun here. Now scrambling, not finding anything he likes downfield, but finally does elect to throw it away. Bring up a 2nd and 10. He'll come out in a trips right formation. Zeke Elliott on the left hip. Single man out to the left. Zeke Elliott gets the dump off on the little swing route, and he is going to pick up all but 1 there. Call it 3rd and 1 from the 27. 11:36 left in the ball game. Back to pass over the middle, dump off. That's going to be good for a first down, and I think a face mask to add. That was Brown on the reception, except it's a hold. I didn't see where the flag was, but it was apparently in the vicinity of holding, as the Cowboys are going to go backwards, 3rd and 11. So what would have been a first down is negated, as that was just a terrible throw there. I guess affected by the pressure from Bosa as he is celebrating that, but I'm not sure who he was trying to hit. Maybe over the head of Zeke Elliott, just way over the head. And there were about 4 red shirts in that area, and none of his receivers where the ball ended up. So the Cowboys are going to settle for yet another field goal, this one from about 54 yards. The kick is up, and it looks short. I didn't see it. I don't think it was in. I can't tell. And it is short. short, no good. And so the Cowboys are going to give the 49ers some really nice field position here with a 1-point game. And in the fourth quarter, that is the last thing you want to do is end up short on a long field goal attempt. So the 49ers are going to start from their own 44-yard line in a 1-point game. Delayed handoff there goes to McCaffrey, who fights through the middle for about 3. Yeah, Mayer's been having a tough game. This has not been so good for him in this ball game. It has not worked out so well for the Dallas kicker. 2nd and 7. Emptying out the backfield, then running for his life, and Micah Parsons is going to get yet another sack. 3.5 for him, should be 4. And now the 49ers, as you can see, just absolutely pistol whipping the tackle out on the perimeter on his one-on-one matchup, and Micah Parsons is just getting home early and often, as that was what I think should have been his 4th sack of the ball game, and he has been very good for this defense, and Brock Purdy has not had a good answer for him. 3rd and 18. I don't know what the rating is for Brock Purdy. I know that Phil was not satisfied with the Madden's rating. They had him at something like a 62 or something way underrated for where he probably should be based on his success in the NFL. So I know he goosed it some, but I don't know what he goosed it to. I don't think he did anything like making him an all-star. I don't think you could expect his rating to be any more than somewhere in the low 70s at the very best. But yeah, I don't know what it is because he didn't actually tell me what that was. As the 49ers punt yet again, 9:30 left in this ballgame, and that punt, unfortunately, at the attempt of a coffin corner, just barely misses the pylon on the wrong side and ends up in the end zone. And a touchback. Dak Prescott with the ball. He throws underneath to his tight end. And Schultz with his 2nd reception of the ball game. Pick up a 5. Nine minutes to go here in the ball game. Dak Prescott out of the gun, delayed handoff. Zeke Elliott's got some room. He's going to fight for more yardage and does pick up that first down. As the Cowboys are looking to milk clock and hope and ideally take most of the time here on this drive to then extend their lead, especially if they can take the bulk of those remaining 8 minutes and score a touchdown. That would feel like a huge boon on their behalf, as Zeke Elliott is on the reception but didn't get more than 5 yards as he quickly went out of bounds with that ball. And then attempting on the ground goes backwards for 1. 3rd and 6. Dak Prescott out of the gun. Pressure coming. He's kind of scrambling back there. Does unload downfield into the wrong team, but it's dropped. Woefully underthrown. But the defender who had a beat on the ball the whole way, I'm surprised he dropped that. Just overthought it, a celebration dance, I think, or something, because he had it in both hands and dropped a surefire interception, as that was well underthrown from Dak Prescott. 1st and 10 is what would have been an arm punt turned into a real punt the next play, as McCaffrey hunts for 3 yards in the middle of the line. As they've managed to finally start to contain him as a little keeper option here. The little option keeper to Brock Purdy works beautifully, as they've been keying on McCaffrey so heavily tonight after he was so dangerous early and then kind of stymied as they've been keying on him. And so Kyle Shanahan draws up the option keeper, and that opens up McCaffrey for more yardage out to the outside as he finally gets another good run in this ball game, as he had been quiet for a whole quarter and finally comes out with a nice run of his own. 1st and 10 now for the 49ers, down by 1. 5:30 left in the ball game at midfield. Little jet sweep action there to Brandon Ayuk. Picks up 2. Little bunch formation out to the left side for Brock Purdy. He's got McCaffrey on his right hip. Back to pass. Throws it over the middle. He's got Deebo Samuel, who's good for a first down there. 4:52. All 3 timeouts remaining. The 49ers. Empty backfield for Brock Purdy. Trips out to the left. Snap is back. Surveying the field. Pressure coming, but he unloads deep. He's got a man and well defended out there on the perimeter. As that throw was just a little late. He was a little slow pulling the trigger. He had the man, but he needed to decide sooner. Is an ugly throw there for Brock Purdy. Is fortunate that one didn't get intercepted. Brings up a 3rd and 10. Yeah, I agree. Whoever scores this next touchdown probably wins this. 3rd and 10. Oh, is an ugly throw. Underthrown, intended for Deebo Samuel. Is picked off by Trayvon Diggs. Yikes, 4:11 left, and that might seal it as the Cowboys just need to run this clock out, ideally ending with points, and that'll be the game. As that one goes for 8 and a 2nd and 2. I'm not sure why the Cowboys are throwing at this point, but this is going to be a run to Zeke Elliott on that inside zone look, and he is going to pick up the first down, 1st and 10. Yeah, sorry, John, that felt like 49ers game to win right there. They had it, and just Purdy threw it away. Unfortunately for them, as CeeDee Lamb is going to get yet another inexplicable throw and reception, 7 yards to him. At least they're throwing it underneath, at least, I guess. Extension of the run game is the thought, probably, but a little ace formation here for Dak Prescott on the 2nd and 3. A little jet sweep of their own. And that is going to be quickly tackled as Michael Gallup goes backwards for a yard. No, I agree. That's why, John, that's why Phil didn't like the overall rating of 62 and went in and actually goosed him and gave him some additional stats. This nice run from Zeke Elliott, fighting through some tacklers and getting a first down. And now under 2 minutes left as the 2-minute warning just happened. But that's why he went in and goosed Purdy, because he's like, he's not a 62 overall. That's some nonsense. So went and gave him some love, but no, he has not played up to what we would expect, and maybe needed to be goosed a little bit more. 2nd and 9, as Zeke Elliott is going to pick up yet another first down, and the last timeout taken by these 49ers. And that feels like realistically, one more first down. And this, well, actually, no, they don't even need another first down as they're going to enter their victory formation here and now. Yeah, no respect to Purdy is right. But, I mean, to Madden's, to give Madden some level of justification for that. You got to remember, nobody expected anything out of Brock Purdy until he actually went out and showed it. Now, these rosters were created and are based on, the NFL rosters from the beginning of the season when nobody even knew who Brock Purdy was. He was Mr. Irrelevant. As this, Phil had to end the game quickly here, so we're gonna call it right there. He had to rush out. The game was pretty much well in hand and decided that at that point anyway. So we'll end it there. But nobody really knew who Brock Purdy was. So it's not really that surprising to know that he didn't get any love from Madden coming out as Mr. Irrelevant, but he has had success. You got to give him credit for that. Also give credit to Kyle Shanahan for what he's done and that Brock Purdy's gone out and executed on that scheme. So anyway, so we did give him some love to try to goose him up, but
like randomly
Phil's talking about this
undoes
randomly. But anyway, So we did try, but apparently that was not enough. So we'll have to, if we see him again, we'll try to give him a little bit more love because I think he deserves it as well. No, that was actually Phil on the pre-recorded cut that he made for this game. He had pre-recorded the game so that he could head out. He went to go beer sample. He had a beer festival of some sort. He was going to go sample a whole bunch of different beers. So he was going to take advantage of that, which is why he was not here on the call. and that was just him pre-recorded at the end. But anyway, so glad everyone could be here. Appreciate all the subscribers and the support of the channel. If you haven't joined our Discord, you can do that at the link at the description of this video or any of the other videos. Would love, if you haven't subscribed already to the channel, would love a subscription, and the likes on the video are appreciated as well. And without any further ado, in this case, we'll have to say go Cowboys, and as always, go Browns!